Welcome back to 20K. Today, Bitcoin made a move that not many expected. We had our 7th green day in a row, and Bitcoin is now up 25% since the start of the new year. While it's nice to see Bitcoin showing strength and resilience during these tough times, it is also not yet cause for celebration, as we have not actually created higher highs on the daily. Like we talked about in yesterday's video, getting above 21,500 and holding that level is the real challenge. On this channel, we've also been talking about the weekly RSI breakout and why it is so significant. The bullish momentum does seem to be returning, but to get full confirmation that the trend is truly changing, we need to close above 21.5K, which is coming in at the log scale downtrend line. And after the recent move above 20K, something came to my attention. And as I'm looking at the chart, it started to look more and more like a falling wedge. Falling wedge patterns are generally considered to be bullish patterns. The pattern forms when the price is making lower lows and lower highs, but the distance between the lows and the highs are decreasing, which indicates that buyers are stepping in and taking control. Bitcoin is pretty much at the pattern completion zone. Patterns are able to complete if they are at least 70% of the way through, which it seems like Bitcoin is. And if that is the case, this would mean that Bitcoin is in the largest falling wedge pattern in its history. There has never been a falling wedge bigger than this one. Today's price action really feels like we have found an oasis in a vast desert. But is it really what we think it is, or is it a mirage? Right now, the crypto industry is playing the cleanup game and getting rid of the parasites, and regulators are coming down hard on this industry. Since the FTX collapse, just about every day there's a new story about countries wanting to regulate and or ban crypto, so there's certainly a lot of challenges ahead of us. Regardless of the upcoming challenges that we face, I am extremely optimistic about the future price of Bitcoin. We are just a little over 1 year away from the 2024 halving, and so far, the halving has never failed us. And I find it very bizarre how much bearish sentiment there is right now. It makes sense. I mean, we've had some of the most destructive price action in crypto history take place in the last year, but at the same time, we're only just over a year away from the next halving, and buying Bitcoin around 1 year away from the halving is usually a very good move. It usually pays off tremendously. And I find it interesting that the sentiment check right now, if you go on Twitter, everyone thinks that this is a bull trap, and as a wise man once said, be greedy when others are fearful. Now let's look at this chart once again. In 2011, Bitcoin found its cycle low, and 13 months later, the first halving occurred and we went parabolic. In 2015, Bitcoin found its cycle low. 19 months later, we had the second halving and we went parabolic. In 2018, Bitcoin found its cycle low, and 18 months later, we had the third halving and Bitcoin went parabolic. And now, here we are, possibly with a new low at 15,500, though it's not confirmed. But if it is, we're within the same range. 17 months later, fourth halving occurs, and hopefully we go parabolic. Overall, the short-term price action looks very promising. And as we've been discussing, lots of indicators are showing that there is bullish momentum and the bulls are stepping back in. And it is certainly possible that Bitcoin could in fact break 21,500 in the not so distant future. Bullish momentum seems to have returned. But of course, as we discussed in previous videos, a lot of that is going to have to do with what the stock market does next. It's not all just about Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin is correlated to traditional markets. But I gotta say, that giant falling wedge pattern does look pretty damn juicy. And if we do break the log scale down trend line, that could result in a big move to the upside. And if you guys enjoyed this video, you gotta subscribe and you gotta hit that like button. If you want to support this channel, you can do that with the links below by joining Patreon using the BitGet link. This channel is sponsored by Cryptowatch. That is the charting platform you guys see me use in all my videos. They have a new social feature on their mobile app. And if you guys like Twitter, but you don't like all the political spam, the Cryptowatch social feature on their app is a perfect solution to getting away from all that spam, because it's really just all about crypto. And it's kind of like Twitter in a way. I think you guys would really like it. So check out that as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video.